Well, I mean, this really illustrates the difficulty the West has in imposing more economic pressure on Russia, because all the Western hardliners are saying, "Oh, you must ratchet up sanctions, you must cut off Russian oil exports." Well, that has totally failed to take into account the impact on countries, including countries which, of course, above all, India, which were thought to be key US partners. And from what I gather, one of the reasons why that there is now this greater push by the U.S. administration for a peace settlement is that they have belatedly realized that this threat of secondary sanctions against India is doing terrible damage to a key U.S. international relationship. Now, they ought to have thought of that before, but they are thinking of it now. And of course, that means that so much of this talk of increasing economic pressure on Russia is empty, because it's not just on Russia, it's on other countries as well. Take these proposals to seize shipments of Russian oil on the high seas, which would be completely illegal apart from anything else. But you would also be, of course, seizing shipments of Russian oil and gas, which India and other countries had already paid for. Well, I needn't tell you how badly that would go down in India. I mean, Indian friends have said to me that if a non-Western country did this, the West would regard it as piracy, and respond with armed force. Uh, so, I think what the West is also discovering is that things in the world are very different from the way they were 30 years ago. You cannot bully the rest of the world in the way that the West, got so used to doing for hundreds of years. And that, you know, uh, that constrains Western policy. Now, maybe the Europeans and the Americans are crazy enough to go on with these sanctions against India. But if so, they will pay a very heavy price, I think, geopolitically.